Hello everyone, I'm Nick. Welcome to Hogwarts. Let's continue our Hogwarts mystery with chapter 7, but we are continuing with this side quest time event first. Mr. Malfoy's Mystery. We're gonna meet Professor Dumbledore in Dumbledore's office. Go. Dumbledore's office. Meet Professor Dumbledore. Oh, hey Fox. Can I click you? No? Fine. Alright, Professor Dumbledore. Make no mistake, Mr. Dumbledore. I will report this to my fellow Hogwarts governors. What are you doing here? Where is my son? Marula's watching him. I asked Mr. Cowdock to join us. I expect his investigate abilities will be quite helpful. Is something wrong, sir? Someone has stolen my wand. You mean your stick? That's terrible. Who could have taken your wand? The thief must have known that I keep my wand concealed in my cane. Perhaps it would help to give Nick Cowdock a full explanation. Okay, explain to me. Listen to Mr. Malfoy. Start. Okay, can someone explain to me? You have a talent for solving mysteries. Now you must put it to the test. Mr. Ollivander says the one chooses the wizard. Yeah, that's true. Very few at Hogwarts know I keep my wand in my cane. I assure you, Mr. Malfoy, the theft is not tolerated at Hogwarts. Sounds like Mr. Malfoy's wand vanished under his very nose. That's very, very bad. The theft of my wand reflects poorly on the Hogwarts administration. Well, you didn't keep an eye on your wand, sir. Will Mr. Malfoy blame Professor Dumbledore for this? We already did blame him. I did not see who took my wand. If I had, they would suffer consequences. Yeah, I'm pretty sure of that. The thief is cunning. How else could they abscond my property? I last saw my wand shortly before Dumbledore requested my presence. Huh. Theft is not tolerated at Hogwarts. So it must someone you knew, Mr. Malfoy. Success! Collect! Let me make sure I understand. You keep your wand in a cane, Mr. Malfoy? And now your wand has gone missing, including the cane. I believe that sums it up. Yes, very astute. I cannot leave Hogwarts until my wand is found and the thief caught. If you're sure the wand was stolen, you must have a suspect. Few people know that my wand is concealed within my cane. Myself and my elf. That is a serious accusation, Mr. Malfoy. Indeed, non-human magical beings are forbidden to use of wands. Such a crime deserves punishment. Good day, headmaster. How about your son? Sir, what will happen to Mr. Malfoy house elf if I can't find the missing wand? I'm afraid Mr. Malfoy is correct. The code of wand used forbids non-human magical beings from using wands. House elves and goblins don't need wands to use magic. Why create the law in the first place? It's a matter of some debate. Do you believe house elves deserve to use wands, Nick? Huh, right. Yeah, why not? House elves deserve one. They deserve their own freedom. Yes, I believe house elves deserve the same one rights as anyone else. Perhaps one day, the ministry will overturn the wand ban. Until that day, any elf found with a wand is subject to discipline. That is why I suggest you begin your search by finding the house elf before his master does. After all, house elves have a kind of magic all their own. They see more than their masters care to contemplate. Of course, this takes away from your time with Draco Malfoy. Marula will have to take care of Draco while I search. I'll ask Penny to help me find. Good. What was Mr. Malfoy's elf name? His name is Dobby. So yes, I'm gonna find Dobby. Meet Professor Dumbledore done. Find Dobby. You're looking for Dobby, aren't you? I'll ask around and let you know when I find him. Good. So, yep. I'm gonna look for Dobby. Okay, let's check on Penny. Find Dobby. Go. Courtyard. Find Dobby. With Penny, right? Oh yeah, Penny. Professor McGonagall, I hope you had luck keeping an eye on Draco Malfoy. Yeah, me too. Where's Marula? Mrs. Norris says Malfoy's elf cleaned up the courtyard. Least he's useful. Huh, so the elf cleaning this. Oh my god, I thought he's cleaning this. Be careful around Lucius Malfoy, Nick. You can't trust him. Okay, I understand. Penny! Thanks for helping me, Penny. We have a better chance of finding Dobby if we work together. Happy to help. Besides, I heard you've been busy babysitting Mr. Malfoy's son. It's been difficult. Fortunately, Marula's looking after Draco while I search for Mr. Malfoy's wand. But I'd better solve this before Marula snaps and turns Draco into a ferret. Huh? She can do that? What? Why does Mr. Malfoy think his house elf stole his wand? He says Dobby is the only one who knew. Mr. Malfoy kept the wand in his cane. Huh? I suppose that's rather suspicious. Do you think Dobby took Mr. Malfoy's wand? Well, I'm not sure. Actually, Dobby didn't steal it. No, Dobby didn't steal his master's wand. Someone else must have known where Mr. Malfoy kept it. I'm pretty sure it's Draco. Well, we'll need evidence to prove it. We'll know more when we find Dobby. There's Dobby. Hello. Look, there he is. Dobby, this is Penny Haywood, and I'm... Dobby knows of Nicodok. Dobby knows of Nicodok or is searching for his master's wand. Did you know Mr. Malfoy believes you stole his wand? Dobby would never take his master's wand. House elves aren't allowed wands. Dobby's telling the truth. Dobby swears. Nicodok must trust Dobby. Yes, I trust you. It's alright, Dobby. Can't you tell us anything? Dobby will try. Dobby knows where to begin. Okay, so Okay, I'm gonna talk to Dobby. Start. Nicodok is kind to Dobby. Dobby won't forget. Yeah, thank you. Either Dobby is innocent or he's a brilliant actor. I'm pretty sure he's innocent. Dobby is used to threats. Dobby gets them 5 times a day. It is not fair for Mr. Malfoy to blame Dobby for his missing wand. Yeah, it's not fair, but that's just how it is. There's something Dobby won't tell me, or he can't tell me. Yeah, now I'm sure it's Draco. I can't believe Mr. Malfoy treats Dobby so poorly. Something must be done. Don't worry, in the future, something will be done. Dobby had just fetched Master Malfoy a snack from the kitchens. It's Draco Malfoy. Dobby seems convinced that the wand was stolen. The thief was not invisible like Dobby. The thief was simply sneaky. So you knew, right? The Hogwarts house elves are nearly as frightened as Dobby. Either Dobby is innocent or he's a brilliant actor. Dobby seems convinced that the wand was stolen. Success, collect. Okay, explain, Dobby. Mr. Malfoy's wand was definitely stolen. Yes, miss. And it's still in the castle. You're absolutely certain? Dobby would never lie to Nicodok. Dobby knows his master wand is hidden at Hogwarts. Did you see who took it? Can't say. It's alright, Dobby. You can tell us. Can't. Oh no, please stop that. Bad Dobby. Bad Dobby. What are you doing? Dobby has to punish himself, miss. Dobby mustn't speak ill of his family, miss. Yeah, it's definitely Draco Malfoy. Your family? You mean the Malfoys? Please, sir. Dobby cannot say, sir. You've got to let him go, Nick. Alright, Dobby, you're free to go. Dobby's never free, sir. But Dobby sees Nicodoc's point. Dobby hopes Nicodoc finds his master's wand. Toby says the wand is still in the castle. I'm not sure where to look, but I know someone who knows every hiding place at Hogwarts. I'll ask Ben for help. Good idea. Fine, Dobby, done. Look for the wand. I'm waiting in the corridor. I can't search all by myself. All right, Ben. Well, thank you, Penny. Yeah, look for the wand. Corridor, go. Corridor. Look for the wand. Yep, Ben. Come on. Thanks again for helping me search for Mr. Malfoy's wand. His house elf Dobby says it's hidden at Hogwarts. Unfortunately, he couldn't tell me who the thief was or where they hid the wand. Any ideas? If I wanted to hide something, I'd hide it in here. See, that's why I came to you. No one knows Hogwarts' hiding place like you do. I'll do anything if it means Mr. Malfoy leaves us all alone. I never want to see him again. Yep. I don't understand, Nick. Why would you help someone like Mr. Malfoy? Because Professor Dumbledore? No, actually to help Dobby. To help Dobby, Mr. Malfoy blamed him for the missing wand. Professor Dumbledore says if I can't find it, Mr. Malfoy could do something terrible. Then what are we standing around for? We should start searching for Dobby's sake. What does Mr. Malfoy's wand look like? Black, I think, with a snake head on the handle. That should be easy to find. Let's start searching. You should ask Rowan first then. Okay, let's go, Ben. Continue the search. Start. There are so many hiding places in Hogwarts. How can I search them all? No, you can't. Marula's watching Draco. That can't end well. Yeah, my thought so. Draco's got a lot in common with Marula. That must be why they argue so much. I can't believe someone like Mr. Malfoy is a Hogwarts governor. Believe it, Ben. Using someone else's wand sounds wrong. Why couldn't Dobby tell you if he saw someone take the cane? I wonder why Dobby couldn't tell me who stole Mr. Malfoy's wand. Because it's from the family, come on. Mr. Malfoy probably keeps his wand in a cane so he can hit people with it. Yeah, that's a good point. Dobby was quite sure Mr. Malfoy wand is still at Hogwarts. Yeah, I'm sure too. Let's hope Mr. Malfoy's son doesn't turn out like his father. Success! Collect! I can't find any wands. What about you, Ben? Sorry, Nick, if Mr. Malfoy's wand is still at Hogwarts, it's not in here. Perhaps I'm going about this all wrong. It's possible the only person who can find the wand is the one who took it. I think it was Marula. Stealing a wand sounds like just the sort of thing she'd do, doesn't it? Now that you mention it, Marula told me about Mr. Malfoy's cane earlier. I'm supposed to help her with Draco again soon. I suppose I can ask her then. Better hurry. Then the sooner you find Mr. Malfoy's wand, the sooner he leaves Hogwarts. But true. Look for the wand, done. Babysit Draco. Not now. Malfoy's with his dad, and I've got things to do. Fine. So yeah, I'm supposed to babysit Draco. Again. Okay, babysit Draco. Great Hall, go. Great Hall. Babysit Draco. Oh, Marula. Draco Malfoy is my cousin, but our parents don't get on. Who are you then? Have you had any luck finding Mr. Malfoy's wand? Dobby's counting on you. Yes, I know. There's one more. Huh. Mr. Malfoy visited my parents once. Barnaby. Yeah. I kinda remember that name. Marula. You and Draco are getting on rather well today. He's finally shut up at least. No thanks to you. I've been a bit busy. Professor Dumbledore asked me to find Lucius Malfoy's wand. It's gone missing. Did he check his cane? The one he keeps his wand in? It's not there. He refuses to leave Hogwarts without it. He accuses his house elf of stealing the wand, but Dobby says he wasn't the thief. So you haven't got any leads. Dobby says the wand is still at Hogwarts, and the thief had to be someone who knew about Mr. Malfoy's wand. You'll never figure this out without me. Does that mean you'll help me? Don't really do it. The sooner you figure out what happened to the wand, the sooner the Malfoys leave, including Draco. Alright, here's what I learned so far. Okay, let's discuss. Listen to Marula. Start. But why ignore? I'm tired of watching the Malfoy brat. Children are awful. You were children too once. Ben and I tried searching for the wand, but we couldn't find anything. Are you sure the elf didn't steal the wand? You're easy to fool. I'm pretty sure. Dobby is terrified of Mr. Malfoy. I think he makes Dobby punish himself. Everyone knows the Malfoys bend easily, like their wands. Whoever took Mr. Malfoy's wand was small enough to go unnoticed. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Draco now. The thief doesn't know that using someone else's wand never works well. Yeah, you need to earn its allegiance first. You can't just steal it. Marula knew that Mr. Malfoy kept his wand in his cane. Seems suspicious. The Malfoys won't leave until you find that wand, so you'd best hurry up. Marula's rather worked up over this. Is she trying to throw me off? Success! Collect. So, whoever stole Mr. Malfoy's wand had to know that he kept it in his cane. Don't forget that they had to be someone Malfoy wouldn't suspect or notice. Like Cooper. Actually, Ben thinks you stole the wand. Seriously? Where's Draco? He's gone. You have to admit that stealing a wand sounds like something you would do. Obviously, I'm the most powerful witch at Hogwarts. If I wanted to take Malfoy's wand, I would. Is that a confession? Of course not. Using Malfoy's wand would be like wearing his dirty socks. You don't suspect me, do you? Well, actually, no. I believe you. I'm pretty sure it's not Marula. I believe you. You didn't take Mr. Malfoy's wand. Glad we're on the same page. Now you can stop wasting time and think about this properly. The only reason someone would bother stealing Malfoy's wand is because they're scared of him. Who would be afraid of Lucius Malfoy? Idiots. The only thing he's got is influence. He's never had real power, not like my parents. Draco seems to think that his dad is powerful enough. Wait, where's Draco? Yeah, you are very slow to realize that. He must have ran out while we were arguing. Don't blame me. He was behaving himself until you came in and started talking about Malfoy's wand. He hurt, doesn't he? That's it. Exactly, it's your fault, Cowdog. No, that's not what I meant. Remember when you jinxed me? Draco wanted a go. You told him he needed a wand? We've got to find him. Let's go. Meet the Malfoys Part 3 complete. Okay, collect. Meet the Malfoys Part 4. You solved the case of Mr. Malfoy's missing wand. The thief's fate rests in your hand. Okay, start. We're gonna catch that thief. Babysit Draco done. Find Draco. Heard Malfoy's in the courtyard. Hurry up. Okay. Yeah, find Draco. Courtyard. Find Draco. Where are you, little thief? Oh, hello. Mr. Fields, how's Mrs. Norris? Keep that brat away from Mrs. Norris. Yeah, don't worry. They won't hurt her. Professor Snape, I see you have lost track of the young Mr. Malfoy. No. He's here. That's okay. I found him. Draco Malfoy is nearly old enough to come to Hogwarts. Like 2 more years, right? Like 2 or 3 more years, I believe. Hello, Malfoy. There you are, Draco. We've been looking for you. You ran off, you ungrateful weasel. So what? I've snuck away lots of time. Marula, you were supposed to watch him. You too. Easy for you to stay, Cowdog. You left me with all the work. Work? All you did was give me books to read. You've got toffee stains all over my charms textbook. Why did you want to read about charms, Draco? Aren't you a bit young for classwork? I'm not too young to learn. That's why you stole your father's wand, didn't you? Alright, you've got me. I borrowed my father's wand. I was going to give it back, but then he'd know I took it. Start at the beginning, Draco. Explain your behavior. Fine. I'll tell you everything. That's more like it. Alright, Draco. What's your explanation in this? Listen to Draco. Well, alright, start. Let's just turn him into a ferret and give him back to his father. That would be awesome. At least I can prove Dobby didn't steal Mr. Malfoy's wand. Yeah, he never did. None of this would have happened if you let me use your wand. Are you blaming me now? What is this? Where did you hide your father's wand? I couldn't find it anywhere. Yeah, where is it anyway? Of course, I wouldn't let a titch like you use my wand. Draco's afraid of his father. He will find out what he did. I almost... I'm not allowed to have a wand. You're not qualified to have one. Yet. After snatching you, I wanted to try to... Oh, poor Draco. At least I can prove Dobby didn't steal Mr. Malfoy's wand. Yup. My father can't know I borrow his wand. Don't tell him. Where did you hide your father's wand then? Explain. Success. Collect. Where is the wand? Snide cast that spell on you, and I wanted to try, and you wouldn't let me. And then father said we would leave Hogwarts, but he couldn't leave without his wand. I only wanted to stay here at Hogwarts a bit longer. So you stole your father's wand? He's furious. He wasn't supposed to know. You must have known someone would get into trouble. Your dad blamed Dobby for something you did. So, he's just an elf. Why should I care what happens to him? Are you kidding me, Draco? Like, what's on your mind? It is your responsibility. Because you stole the wand. It was your mistake that makes it your responsibility. Yeah, what am I supposed to do about it? You could start by telling your father the truth. Cowdog is right, you stole the wand, so you've got to own up to it. I can't, my father can't know. I'll tell you where I hid the wand. Just don't tell my father about this. Out with it, Malfoy. It's just behind that pillar, I swear. I hope it's still there. Yeah, it's still there. Good. You stay with Malfoy, Cowdog. I'll see if he's telling the truth. Please, Cowdog. You won't tell my father, will you? I'll have to tell him something when we return this wand. Why shouldn't I tell the truth? My father might not let me come back to Hogwarts if he finds out. Got the one. Malfoy was telling the truth for once. Let's find Lucius Malfoy. I'm sure he wants his son and his wand back. You'll come with me, Cowdog. Why? I'll have to find Dobby first. Then we can return the wand together. Find Draco. Done. Return Mr. Malfoy's wand. Mr. Malfoy is anxious to reclaim his wand. Please come to my office. Okay, Professor Dumbledore. Return Mr. Malfoy's wand. Dumbledore's office. Go. Dumbledore's office. Return Mr. Malfoy's wand. I found your wand. We found your wand, sorry. I see you've brought my wand, and the thief that stole it. There's something you should know, Mr. Malfoy. We found the thief, right, Cowdog? Dobby isn't a thief. Dobby would never steal his master's wand. Silence, Dobby. I will deal with you later. Now, Lucius, let's not jump to conclusions. Dobby is telling the truth, Mr. Malfoy. He didn't steal your wand. Perhaps we should hear what Mr. Cowdog discovered in the course of his investigation. Very well. Tell me what happened. I'll tell you. First, I went to find Dobby, as you and Professor Dumbledore suggested. And then reveal the truth. Start. Let me explain. Look, Dobby, terrified like that. What the? Oh, poor Dobby. Recall. Dobby told me the wand was hidden somewhere at Hogwarts. Don't tell my father, please. Well, if that avoid Dobby getting punished, yes, I'm gonna tell him. Nick Cowdock helped Dobby. Dobby will never forget. You should tell Malfoy what his son did, Cowdock. I will, don't worry. I don't want to go to Durmstrang anymore, father. So you want to go to Hogwarts? You are wasting my time, Cowdock. No, I'm not. There's nothing more difficult than caring for a child. Well done. I'm gonna defend Dobby. Dobby is innocent. Nikodok knows the truth. Yes, Dobby. Ben and I tried searching for the wand, but we never would have found it. I'm sure everyone here knows that theft will never be tolerated at Hogwarts. Oh yes, Professor. Kodok left me to watch Malfoy by myself. Hey, be nice, Marula. I see nothing to suggest my elf isn't responsible for the theft of my wand. Dobby told me the wand was, hidden at Hogwarts. Somewhere. By your son, Lucius Malfoy. Success! Collect. Enough. If my elf didn't steal my wand, tell me who did. Who stole my wand? Yeah, I really want to tell the truth. Keep the Draco's secret. Like, what good that would be for me? Fine, keep Draco's secret. I don't think there was a theft, Mr. Malfoy. I found the wand in the courtyard. Intriguing. Perhaps I simply misplaced it. Though that doesn't prove my elf didn't steal it. Dobby never stole his master's wand. He's telling the truth. I know that for a fact. Dobby didn't steal your wand. That's none of your concern. Focus on your own affairs, Cowdock, and keep your nose out of mine. Now, if that's all, Draco and I shall return to Malfoy Manor. I do believe that wraps it up. Well done, Mr. Cowdock. And Miss Knight, whom I expect had her hands full with our young Mr. Malfoy. That's understatement. I had to watch him while Cowdock searched for that wand. Indeed. I'm sure you'll be pleased to know your services are no longer required. I have completed my inspection. I will submit my findings to my fellow governors. I look forward to it. Good day, Lucius. Goodbye, Malfoy. Thanks for keeping my secret. I won't forget what you did. And when I come back to Hogwarts, I'm going to be just like you. Unfortunately, you're not. You're going to be just like Marula, apparently. Nikodok cleared Dobby's name. Nikodok is truly a great wizard. Dobby only wishes he hadn't put Nikodok to such trouble. Bad Dobby. Don't. Oh my god, stop that. Please stop that. You don't have to punish yourself, Dobby. It wasn't your fault. Dobby must apologize, Nicodog. Dobby can never repay Nicodog's kindness. If Nicodog has any need of Dobby, he has only to ask. Really? Can I do that? How? Meet the Malfoys complete. Reward Dobby? Are you kidding me? Collect. What is this? Return Mr. Malfoy's wand. Done. Wait. Reward Dobby? Does that mean? Oh, yes. I can be friend with Dobby. That's amazing. Yeah, finally, I finished this side quest time event. So, I guess I'm gonna continue with the Quidditch. Yep, Quidditch on the next episode. So, we're gonna conclude this episode right here after completing the side quest time event Malfoy. Thank you everyone for watching. Have a wonderful day. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. And see you guys on the next Hogwarts Mystery.